Hey everyone, Nick from the DFS Bros. Thank you for clicking on our second video where we discuss the quarterbacks 11 through 20 for the 2020 fantasy football season. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.
Now that we're done with Tom Brady, we're at number 11 with Carson Wentz, who wears number 11. And start off, I'm a big Eagles fan, so I'm going to try not to be biased with this. A big part of starting this and doing these things is trying to hold your bias aside.
He's in a system where the coach has a huge head who's going to try to win every game and going to go out of his way to make his QB a star, put him in positions to put his foot on the pedal and keep pushing.
Right. Be possibly a year that we see something similar to what happened in 2017 where he had a true deep threat and was able to hit underneath. I don't think it'll be as good as 2017, but it could possibly get close. Where the way he's able to spread the ball around the field, they intentionally went out to get Carson receivers that can run fast. And I think that Carson at 11, he could get up to 7. Like I said, that's how I feel about all of the 5 past quarterbacks we talk about, from Josh Allen, Breeze, Ryan, Brady, Wentz. I have them 7 to 11, but it could all end up being a pish-posh mismatch of where they end up. Do you have anything else for Carson Wentz?
Big thing with Carson Wentz is even when they get the ball rolling, someone's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
There's an awful track record there.
Yeah. For number 12, we have Matt Stafford. What do you have to say about Matt Stafford?
Matt Stafford is a cheap man Breeze, except for instead of dinking and dunking his way, he's going to throw it deep. You have Aaron Rodgers behind him, mainly because Rodgers isn't going to throw the ball as many times as Stafford. Stafford's going to be losing a lot of games on Detroit. Playing from behind, Jameis Winston effect without the interceptions.
Right, he's a little bit safer.
Yeah, so it's just the amount of times he's going to throw is just going to push him up there to a QB1.
Something like that. They're going to be, like you said, playing from behind, trying to play catch-up most of the game. So after Matthew Stafford, you already mentioned we have Aaron Rodgers. You're a Packers fan, so try to throw your bias out the window like I did with Carson. And so what do you think about Aaron Rodgers this year?
It's just one. I think everyone kind of understands his value now as a quarterback, where he's not throwing the ball but 28 times this game, 35 times this game. And Aaron Jones is scoring. Aaron Jones will have touchdown regression. It's going to come.
Yeah.
So there will be more touchdowns. Devontae Adams will have a better year. He'll have a healthy season. He will get his 1,000 yards. He's not going to end up with 997.
Right.
He's going to have double-digit touchdowns, I believe, because he's going to be that type of player. Teams actually consider triple teaming him, as idiotic as that sounds.
Right.
He made fun of the Bears for doing that one time. But he'll get a lot of double teams. We have no one else.
Number 14, we have Daniel Jones. So tell me what you think about Daniel Jones.
I think being in that conference is going to help him out. The QBs always do very well there. I think being on that team, I think they're going to have a bad year. And I think being a QB on a bad team helps. I mean, teams are going to score on the Giants. They're going to have to play from behind.
Daniel Jones, this is another part where we split. But we talked before, as I've said previously, before we started recording, this is another spot with 15 and 16. We have Ryan Tannehill and Ben Roethlisberger. I have Tannehill at 15, Roethlisberger at 16. He has it the other way. This is a spot where we decided that it can go either way for either guy. It just depends on your comfortability on taking one. Kirk, I'll let you tell me why you would take Ben Roethlisberger over Ryan Tannehill.
So if I'm already drafting down this low, I'm either picking the QB for trade or I'm picking the QB for the boom or bust.
Right.
Tannehill could be a boom, but each week when he makes those games, I'm going to be iffy. When I see Roethlisberger versus Baltimore, there's no if. I'm not playing him.
Right.
When I see Roethlisberger at home versus the Bengals, I'm going to load up.
Right.
So Roethlisberger is notorious for being great at home. So right there, you have 8 games that could be great, 8 games that could be bad. Like I said, if I'm choosing him as my QB 15 right now, I'm going to have a QB probably 11 with him. I'm on my team. So I'm not trying to have a guy who can score me 15 consistent, 18 here. I want the guy who's going to get me 20, 25. So that is why I would pick him over Tannehill, just because I feel more comfortable. Sit him on the bench 2 weeks, play him 1 week.
That makes sense.
He's not going to be my only guy.
Right. That makes sense to me. To me, I like them both. Ben Roethlisberger, he's going in like the 10th, 11th round. Ryan Tannehill, I've been getting him in the 13th, 14th round of most of my mock drafts I've been doing. That's really what it is for me, is being able to get Tannehill at a later price. Roethlisberger is coming back from, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's basically the football equivalent of Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
Hurt elbow. And you need an elbow to be quarterback. I mean, come on. And he's getting up there in age. Tannehill, he's still fairly young. I know he's been in the NFL for a while, but he's still fairly young. I don't even think he's turned 30 yet.
No.
Ben Roethlisberger is at the end of his career. I think he'll be peppering Juju with a lot of targets this year. Same with Deontay Johnson and James Conner. The offense will be a lot better than it was last year. I just feel more comfortable taking Ryan Tannehill above Ben Roethlisberger because I can get him at a later price. So now that we're done with those two, I think 17 and 18, we disagree as well. I think, right?
Yeah.
I have Jared Goff at 17, Baker Mayfield at 18. He has it the other way around. Once we start getting to these later quarterbacks, that's when we have our differences, mostly top 10, just a few guys. But as you see 4 quarterbacks in a row, we had disagreements. With that, I'm just going to say I like Jared Goff mainly because he's been in Sean McVay's system for, I think, his 4th season now. Familiarity, he's been thrown to Robert Woods. Brandon Cooks is gone. He has Higbee there. He has Cooper Kupp. He has Cam Akers. He has Darrell Henderson. He has a lot of good weapons. An offense he's familiar with weapons he's familiar with the exception of one, which is Cam Akers is new. He's a rookie. I think he'll put up some pretty decent yards, things like that. Baker Mayfield, I have him at 18 because it's primarily run-first offense with Kevin Stefanski. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are both going to get a lot of attention in this offense. Baker Mayfield will probably only be needed when they're down. That's just my personal opinion. Kirk, I'll throw it to you.
So last year, I believe Baker was going in the 5th and 6th rounds. He was one of the first QBs taken off following Watson. There was a huge hype on train going with OBJ, Baker, Landry, Chubb.
Right.
Hunt's going to come back. This is going to be an explosive offense.
Right.
People forget that division is tough.
Yeah.
You will see Baltimore twice a year. You will see Pittsburgh twice a year.
Right.
So like I said, I feel comfortable when I have a QB this low, being able to cross off games and then being able to choose the games I want.
Right.
The value also, no one likes golf. If golf ends up being QB7, you're not going to get QB7 value trading out of him.
That makes sense.
If Baker does it, people are on Baker mania.
Right.
The Browns, there's some obsession with watching this team that it was so bad just watching them score, watching them try to be good. So
Right.
people like that. People like the Browns.
I like the underdog.
Yeah, and they got flashy weapons. And
Mm.
like I said, I'm not playing him. He's this low. He's not my QB1. I'm not playing him in the hard matchups.
Mm.
I just need him and his weapons to score on those weeks that are supposed to. When he plays the Dolphins, when he plays the Bengals, when they play teams that are easy,
Right.
and just the easy weeks. So that's why I like Baker more. Just OBJ has to be better.
Right.
I think it was him and Randall Cobb led the league in drops. OBJ had a ton of red zone looks. He will score more. Baker didn't score that many. Baker took his first year. I mean, when he came in halfway through the season, he took the world by surprise. Came in at halftime and just kept pushing.
And prime time too.
Yeah, I think who was quarterback before Tyrod?
Tyrod Taylor. And I was big on him. I
heard at
drafted him
halftime.
every league that year.
Yeah, that was when you started the draft all Browns movement.
Yeah.
So,
well, I was always
like I said,
Josh Gordon no matter what. But yeah.
They have weapons. They have I think 10 tight ends. They have tons of tight ends.
No, that's
the Bears.
That's the
Bears are the ones with 10 tight ends on their roster.
But they have two good tight ends, Austin Hooper and David Njoku.
Yeah,
both fantastic.
And I don't believe Njoku will be there by the end of the year. I think they'll trade him.
I think Kevin Stefanski, coming from the Vikings, he's going to run a lot of 12 personnel. Last year with the Vikings, when he was their offensive coordinator, you had a lot of plays that were Dalvin Cook, Irv Smith, Rudolph, Diggs, and Thielen. I think we'll see a lot of formations with Chubb, Njoku, Hooper, Beckham, and Jarvis. And all five of them, they'll specialize greatly on where they're at in the 12 personnel. I think even though they have four good pass-catching weapons, they're just going to go to Chubb and Kareem. Chubb gets tired putting Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt gets tired putting Nick Chubb. I think it's going to be –
if you're in a PPR league, look at Chubb's numbers.
Right.
Not Chubb. Hunt. We'll also look at Chubb. Chubb's numbers weren't that great in PPRs. I wouldn't look towards him in drafting. Hunt was great for where you could get him at. Granted, he missed pretty much all the season, but even this year. I know in one of my leagues, we're only allowed to have 3 running backs on our whole roster, and we have to start 2 of them. And it's a PPR league, and I'm going to have Hunt. Everyone's going to question, why did you choose Hunt? Well, if Chubb goes down, Hunt's instantly a top 5, like literally a top 5 running back. And if not, he's still worth it with all those receptions.
Right.
I believe he averaged like 5 a game because they would put him in the slot. He got work. So this team, I think, is going to move the ball, is going to score, and I want the QB on a team that's going to score. Not saying the Rams aren't going to, but I just see OBJ having a great year. Jarvis is always consistent.
Right. I would agree with the Kareem Hunt. If Chubb gets hurt, Kareem Hunt's automatic top 5 running back. He is probably one of the only handcuffs I feel comfortable drafting. If only I can get him 2 or 3 rounds later. What was that?
Latavius Murray.
Yeah, him too. Speaking of Lat Murray, I think we could possibly see a repeat of the 2017 Saints, where they had Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram in the top 10 for running backs. I think this could be a year where Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt could possibly both be top 15 if the cards fall in a full house. You know what I mean? You're a poker guy. I'm not that much of a poker guy. I don't know poker cards.
I was waiting to see where you're going to go with that.
Right. So, yeah, I could I think it's going to be very run heavy. That's just what I think. I would draft Baker, but he'd probably be my last pick of the draft. That's the only way I'd take Baker Mayfield. Next, we have 19 and 20. 19, we have Joe Burrow. There's always just one rookie quarterback who performs very well. I think it will be Joe Burrow. He ended his college career with the best college season of any quarterback in NCAA history. It was a magical season. They played my favorite team in the national championship, and I probably would have been upset if Clemson won because that's how much LSU deserved the championship last year. So what do you think about Joe Burrow?
He's right now our 19th ranked. There's going to be someone who likes college football just as much as they like NFL in your leagues that will probably overdraft him, so I won't have too many shares of him. But if I do end up getting him, he's that question mark where after week 1, if he has that blow-up game, hey, get what you can out of him.
And I don't know if we talked about our 20th ranked quarterback before we started.
No, we did not.
I have Kirk Cousins.
So you go ahead and start, Nick.
I have Kirk Cousins. We did kind of talk about a little bit about our 20th ranked quarterback. We think 20 through 32. We think that they are interchangeable. 32 can end up 20. 20 can end up at 25. Things like that. I have Kirk Cousins. A little bit reliable. Adam Thielen will do well. Justin Jefferson's a great rookie. Dalvin Cook will do well. I just think Kirk Cousins is good at 20. After Kirk Cousins, I have Jimmy Garoppolo at 21, another player that could flip-flop 21 or 20. Jimmy G starts off with a great schedule to start the season, so maybe a draft and trade type of guy for the first few weeks. But Kirk, I'll take you, let you do your 20.
So at first I was leaning towards Phillip Rivers, old man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I have a very old school approach.
Mm-hmm.
Every year people thought he was going to drop off. He finally did last year.
Yeah.
But before that, he was always finishing in top 10 quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's got great weapons, great offensive line. But then I thought maybe Kirk Cousins. They're going to score a bunch still in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
But he did lose Diggs. Jimmy G, up and coming quarterback. They run the ball too much.
Right.
If you're talking about for like a game, Dolphins QBs,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to start with Fitzpatrick. It's probably going to end with Tua.
I don't think Tua plays this year personally.
Well, if that's the case, then Fitzpatrick's like 13 to me. He's moving on my board a lot.
Yeah, draft Fitzpatrick, draft Devontae Parker if Tua does not play this year.
Gardner Minshew. I think the system that they're going to run this year, they have a lot. DJ Chark, everyone's always been on D.D. Westbrook. He just hasn't really done it.
Right.
They got a couple other like no-name receivers who are talented. Not wide receiver 1 talented, but they have a lot of wide receiver 3s.
Right.
They're always going to be down, so they're always going to have to throw the ball.
Right.
But I don't think there is a clear-cut 20.
I don't think so either. But I just put Kirk Cousins there because placeholder.
Like I said, if I were to do something, I would just gamble on somebody who I thought had a good first couple weeks, see if I can get some value for them. To me, a lot of my leagues of older people, Phillip Rivers, I don't know what he's going to do with that offensive line.
Right.
I kind of want to see it. Kind of want to see what he can do.
Especially with Dwight Hilton, Jack Doyle.
Yeah. So I would probably draft him, but I mean, just as long as it's not like a Redskins quarterback, everybody else has a chance to be good.
I think.
Sorry, Haskins. I'm just not a believer.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Another name that I would like to mention for quarterbacks is Drew Lock. You didn't mention him when you were naming.
Yeah, Drew Lock's another one.
There's a lot of hype. Yeah, there's a lot of hype for the Broncos. If for some reason all the quarterbacks between 1 through 19 go, I would probably take Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Mainly because the hype factor
explodes.
Right. So yeah, that's our top 20 quarterbacks with a few extra guys that we like. We hope you enjoy the first.
Nick again, thank you for making it to the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed our top 20 quarterbacks over the last two. Make sure you leave in the comments who your top 20 quarterbacks are for the fantasy football season.